Hi guys, welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through how you can use AWS services to move on to automate your software development life cycle. That is SDLC. And this tutorial is powered by Cloud Tech experts. And this is what we are going to do in this tutorial. We are going to use the AWS CodePipeline as our SDLC automation tool. It will have so many services, and as you can see here in my screen, I have developer who is working on certain projects. He'll push the code to code commits. Then from there, the code deploy will take over and deploy it to dev environments, where now the QA team and the other people that are involved in testing, they will be testing. You can even create a beta or any other name that you want to give your staging. Then from there, once the QA team, they are okay, they have tested, they will approve. So that's the changes that are made by the developer is deployed on production. So the moment they approve, it will automatically get deployed to prod environments. So there are many advantages of having these automations, and I have just highlighted only two advantages, and one of them, it will improve the system availability and reliability. That means in this automation there is no downtime at all, because in case code deploy experience an issue with your code, it will automatically roll back to the previous working version of your application. So your customers or the clients or the users who are using the application will not experience any downtime. The other advantage of this one is the efficient deployment process. So here there's no human intervention in this process, and it's very smart to identify an issue. It can do building, testing, and all that. But there's an advanced feature which I'll come up a video that's covering how you can use a code build to be able to build and testing your application. But as it is with this setup, your deployment is efficient, and you're able now to release your features very fast to the users. So that's for this. Let's go to actual implementation. With me here, I have a Node.js application that we are going to deploy on AWS code commits. And code commits here, I have already pushed my changes, so let me go back to one step. Yeah, this is the code that I pushed like 20 minutes ago. And then from there, I have my beanstalk environments. They are ready, beta for testing and prod for customers to enjoy the services that have been released. So here, I just want to guide you how you can create these environments, because I have it already. Sometimes they take like almost 20 minutes or even 15 minutes to provision all the resources. It takes time. That's why I have created them in advance. So if you want to create, you come to the application. First of all, you create application. So here you create your application. You give your application name. Let's call it auto SDLC. That's the name of application. Description the same. So here you can come and create your application. After creating your application, now you can go ahead now and create the environments for this specific application. So you can have many environments, let's say dev environments, test environments, and prod environments. So we are going to use a web server environments. So here you see I've picked the name that you have created. You can give it tags, which is also important for helping you to be able to monitor your resources. You give your dev or your environment name. Let's call it dev. It will automatically generate for us the domain. So let's say this will be dev nv. Then from there you select the language that you are going to deploy. I'm using Node.js. You can select PHP, Java, Go, any language that you're using. Let me go with the Node.js. Automatically it will generate the platform branch, the latest, and also the version. So there you don't have to, unless maybe you want to match with your projects, the versions. Then from there's an application code. Mine have selected the sample because I have the code that I'm going now to replace the sample with. So you can decide either to go with the sample, existing version, or even upload manually. And we are not going to use manual way of uploading a code. Then from there's a presents. This is how you set up your architecture. So in my case, I'll use a SQL instance. But if you have a critical application that need the high availability, so you can go for this. And this one will provision more resources. This one will only provision one instance. But this high availability will use many resources. So I selected the first one. So go to the next. I'll leave the page. No, I want to go to the next. I think I have clicked the cancel. So let's go to the next. So here the beanstalk will automatically create role for us. Then you can select the key that you want to use. If at all you want to access your EC2 instance. Then from there, we are not going to change anything here. We are going to use the default law that have been created by the beanstalk. So here I'll skip this one to go direct to the review. This is the review of our configurations that we have done. So we haven't done anything to do with the networking database. This is because this is for the advanced video where I'll walk you through how to set up your VPC and having the data architecture and all that. So the way we have set up it will be able now to help us to deploy application. We have done a bit of configuration in terms of selecting the type of the instance that we want. It's a SQL, not a high availability, and all that. So here it's just reviewing what you have done. So let's go ahead and create. So me, I want to create this one because I already have it. So the moment you clear this one, you have these applications in your environment. In your application, you have these two applications that are running. So in my case, these are the applications, these are the environments that I have. And now I want to go to CodePipeline, so that's it can be now to point to these environments. So here I have my pipeline. We are going to use this platform for automating the software development lifecycle without any human intervention. I had created one, and I can delete this pipeline. Yes, delete this. Yes, so let's go ahead and now automate our SDLC by creating new pipeline. So we're going to call it SDLC DevOps version 1. We are going to use the latest version 2, and the execution mode, we are going to select succeeded, and then from there the service law, we are going to use the new service law, and then from there we'll go to the next. So here we are selecting where do you want to get your projects. Ours is coming from code communes. Maybe yours is you are running a customized application, you can pick it from these images, you can pick them from ECR, and then from there, if your code is on the S3 bucket, you can pick it there. If it is in Bitbuckets or GitHub or even GitLab, you're able now to get your source code. So here I'm going to select code commit where my code is. And then from there, it will bring me all the repositories that I have created within this region. Make sure you are in the same region. So here I'm going to pick this one as my repository where I have the code. Then the branch, you can have so many branches for your projects, so you specify which branch you want to use. So here you use a master branch, and then from there, here you are specifying what will trigger your pipeline to be able now to deploy the projects. So by default, it's a pick cloud watch events, which is recommended. You can even go with the AWS CodePipeline, but AWS is recommending for us to go with the CloudWatch. So let's go with this one. In terms of having the artifacts for our projects, we will still select CodePipeline, the default the one that we have here for zipping our artifacts that will be created during deployment. And then from there we go to the next step. So here we are going to build for now, because this is another feature that is advanced. I'm going to do it separately in another video, so that we're able now to understand how the whole AWS pipeline work. So we'll skip this one. So from here we go now to the deployments. Here you are specifying where are you going now to deploy your application. There are so many features, as you can see here. So either AWS app config, CloudFormation stack sets, or deploy Elastic Beanstalk, and in our case we are going to deploy on Elastic Beanstalk. So let's go with the Elastic Beanstalk. And when you are creating your application, make sure you are within the same region. Otherwise, you won't be able now to find your environments that you have created. So here I select the application name. It was Auto SDLC. No. It is this is the one that it is this one, App DevOps. And then from there you select the environments. Now in this case, it is the first time to do the testing, so of course it will go to beta environments for it to be tested, and before I go now to the production. So we go to the next. Here we see our settings. We can now create our cloud pipeline. So now we are creating our pipeline. So what is happening now here, our pipeline is deploying our application now to the beta environment. So I want to go to the beta environment. Let me open a new tab and a new tab here. The code deploy is now preparing the code so that it can deploy on the dev environment. It is now in the process of deploying. It have already deployed to the dev or beta environments. So what will make us to be able now to know if our changes have been deployed? I'm just going to play with this color, background color. So I'll use the different colors here so that we can be able now to see the effect of our changes on the both the environment, that is the beta environment, and also on the prod environment. So this is a beta environment. Ensure when you are integrating your pipeline with the environment, make sure the status is okay. There's nothing that's happening. There's no warning status. So make sure it is okay so that we're able to find it on the pipeline. So I want to click this domain name that's generated by AWS. And you see our application background color is blue. This is the color that we have here. If you go now to the prod, prod environment, we go now to the domain name. Both of them, they're in blue color on the background. So we are going to see the transition between maybe blue to green on the beta, and while the testing is going on, the color of this one is blue. So what we're going to do, we are going to set up the complete pipeline. So here we have done up to the deployment level or on the dev level. So we are going to add more other stages. So just come here. And in here I want to add a stage. So let's call this prod stage, early stage. And here you can now create actions that you want to execute. Action, let's say, is let's call it production. And in this case, we are going to deploy. Here, select artifact. Then the application is app DevOps. Here we are going to pick the environments. In this case, we are going to prod. And now we are just going to give it we can leave it because it's optional. Let's do that one. So here you can have you can have parallel actions, and you also can have sequential actions that are executing one after the other. You can have other one executing at the same time simultaneously. So we have created a prod stage where now the code will be deployed to the production, and then from there we're also going to add another action here, QA manual approval. This component should be no space, and then let's call it approval. because of this one. So QA team. So here we are expecting the QA team to approve. So here you can call it manual approval. And then here we are saying to be manual. So someone have to intervene and do the approval. And then from there, you can get SNS to be notified as maybe a QA team leader to be notified once the changes have been released. So in this case, we can copy the beta URL here and put it here, but we are not going to use this SNS topic. And then the comments, it's optional, the variable names is optional. So let's go and decrease this one because of this space. So we have done with our setup. We have a developer here who is ready to push the code to the code commits. We have created our code deploy, and we have specified the two environments, that is dev environments and prod environments. We have our QA team leader to move on to prove the changes that have been done by the developers. So do changes here. Let's do changes here. We change the color and we say let's be green. I want to make my changes. Let's go with this, and then we push our changes. I think before we forgot to do something here on the pipeline to save the changes. So let's save before it push. But of course, the CloudWatch event will trigger the pipeline once the changes are being pushed. So it is now pushing the changes. So here we can see our final setup. We have the source where you have our code, and that is a code commit is our source in this case. From there we have beta or test environments. From there we have another stage where the QA team will approve, and then once the changes have been approved by QA team, it will be automatically get deployed to our prod environments. So our changes have been detected by CloudWatch events, and it have triggered our pipeline. That's why you see now here it is now preparing the changes to deploy the changes on the beta or test environments. So here you can decide to whichever stage you want to use. It's now deploying the changes that we have made. Great, our changes have been deployed to the beta environments. So if I come here, we are expecting this color to change to green color. So let's see if it will change. Great, our code have been automatically deployed to beta environments. It is now on the beta, on the approval section, waiting for approval from the QA team. Once they have tested the features that have been used by the developer, they are working well, and customers, they can enjoy them. So it is in that stage. So here it is waiting for now the QA team to approve. So QA team will come, review, click review. He can click this link, which is the same as our beta link, and once is satisfied, he will just click approve, or you can decide no, these changes should not go to the users. But now in this case, I'm going to approve it. So let's say great work, and then so now as you can see, after it have been approved, is now deploying out the production, where the customers or the users, the end users, can now start enjoying the new features that have been released. Is now deploying. It have deployed. So if you go now to the prod environments, you'll find our new features have been deployed. So that is one of the advantage or a benefit of having the automated software development lifecycle. You see, we have come from the developer all the way to production without having a human intervention in terms of deployments, but from the approval. And it increases the rate at which the new features are being released to customers. And also, customers are not experiencing any downtime when they are accessing the application. So you are the customer and trust of the application, and also your application is reliable and available. So guys, thank you for working together with me through this tutorial. I have promised that I will do one with the code build, so that we can be able to build and do testing of our application, and I'm going to release it very soon. So guys, thank you very much, and I kindly request you support me by subscribing to YouTube channel, and click that notification icon, so that when I upload a video, you're able to receive notifications timely. So thank you.